All right, everybody, welcome to Post Game Live. Drake Maye and Myles Garrett hugging it out after the Patriots' 32-13 victory this afternoon over the hapless Cleveland Browns. The Patriots winning their fifth straight despite, get this, Myles Garrett's 5 sacks. He had 5 sacks all by himself in the game. Wow. All right, we got the whole crew here. We're excited. We got Phil Perry, been covering the Patriots since 2011. Tommy Curran, been covering the Patriots since 1997. 3-time Super Bowl champion. Ted Johnson of the Backerhood. That's what they used to call it, the Backerhood. Right, the linebackers on Michael Holley. Lots to get into today. Let's just go around the table and some thoughts on the 5th consecutive win by the Patriots. Phil, you start us off.
Well, we came into this game understanding that the Browns have one of the best defenses in football and that this might be a sneaky competitive game for the New England Patriots, and it was a sneaky competitive first half. Patriots only scored 9 points. However, lucky for them, they have a guy who is deserving of first half NFL MVP honors. He has
cool him off,
that good. And if they actually gave out that award, he would get it, in my opinion, because to me, value is clear. When you talk about a guy who's come to a team that didn't have massive expectations coming into the season, Tom, walked into an offensive huddle that had a lot, it looked like, that was left to be desired. And he's been among the best quarterbacks in football, if not the best and most efficient, and he's doing it on a team that nobody thought would be this good this early. To me, he's the most valuable, maybe not the best, but the most valuable player in the NFL right now.
You're going micro. I'm going to go macro. Let's draw back a little bit and look at the Patriots in their totality. To be 6-2, look, you looked at the schedule and said, well, maybe there's some dogs in there, and maybe they can get fat on those teams. But the way in which they're winning, 31-13 last week, 32-13, a 29-point win over Carolina that wasn't that close. A loss that they handed to the Steelers. They have every right in the world to think they could be 7-1. And, you know, they had that orientation game that they could have won 2 against the Raiders. My God, they could be 8-0. And it's insane to look at this team and what it's been where they won 8 games in the previous 2 years combined, Teddy, and find its stride. And we can have all kinds of caveats about the strength of schedule and the way the NFL is right now. But it isn't a team that's sniffing around the elites. It's an elite team.
Don't look now. They are one of the better teams in the AFC for sure. And I think the biggest takeaway for me, you guys, is that the slim margin for error that this team had to play with, at least when it looked like the first few games, is now no more. There's plenty of room for error. When you look at today's game, I mean, you look at the offense, 3 for 11 on 3rd down, 2 for 6 in the red zone. The defense gives up an opening drive again for a touchdown. You had 3 penalties, a shank punt, and a onside kick that was recovered by the opponent today, and they still won by 20. 5 sacks were allowed by the offensive line. And so that's what a great quarterback does. That's where this team is right now, you guys, is that they can make mistakes and still overcome it because of the quarterback of play right now. So it's amazing to think where we were at the beginning of the season. You know, I had, guys on EE Afternoons asking Drake Maye in his weekly interview if winning's important to him after the first week. And now he's in the MVP conversation. So it's amazing just how fast it's happened. And the margin for error is so much greater than it's been around here since Tom Brady played.
All right, so let me just summarize here. Ted Johnson says the margin for error is great. Tommy Curran says they're an elite team. They're an elite team. Phil Perry says Drake Maye is your MVP. So, hey, join. Come on. We want you to join the conversation. Are the Patriots legit Super Bowl contenders? Absolutely or no? More to prove? Vote in our poll by scanning the QR code. You see it right there on the screen. And scroll down to the poll. How good is this team? That is the question for the audience. And for you guys, too. Like, how good is it? How good is it?
We've seen teams start hot. I mean, what the hell? Think of Josh McDaniels when he was with the Denver Broncos in 2009. That team started hot. Within a year and a half, Josh was out of a job. I'm not even sure if it was that long. So you do see teams start hot. But I don't think that this is built on sand. I think that this is a concrete foundation that's built on young players who are pretty good, who they've either imported or now developed in a way that they hadn't previously. Free agent imports who've bought into the culture that the team and Mike Vrabel was espousing. And I come back to the coordinators and the sophistication, or at least the maturity of the coaching staff. They know what they want, whether it be Josh McDaniels or Doug Marrone or Zach Curran, Terrell Williams, and what they built over there, and Mike Vrabel especially. They know what they want from their players. I'm sure we'll delve into Christian Barmore, who was sat for the first quarter today for an apparent agitation of the coaching staff. So all of these things are, the culture has been built, the team has been built, and players are being developed. I think that that's a big part of this not being an apparition.
Michael, you're asking us if we think they're Super Bowl contenders?
Super Bowl contenders?
Is that what you're asking?
How good are they? Super Bowl contenders? Are the New England Patriots, Phil Perry, Super Bowl contenders?
As much as I like the quarterback, as much as I think the head coach has done a great job, I'm not going there yet. I think to be a Super Bowl contender, you have to be one of 3 to 5 teams in the NFL that I think truly right now as we stand here today can win it. And I'm not there yet. I need to see more. I'd love to see more wins like that Buffalo Bills win, where you have the ability to go against one of the best teams in football, and they'll have that ability in a couple weeks against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and beat them. You have to show me that multiple times before I'm willing to put you in that category. Right now, for me, it's the Bills, it's the Chiefs, it's the Eagles, and I might stop there. I might say maybe you put the Rams there because they've done it before, but the Patriots would be in that second tier for me. They're not in that Super Bowl contending tier yet.
Let me just push back for a second. The guy who picked them to go 6-11. All right. Hey, all right. Come on. I'll push back. You said you're putting the Bills there. Are you putting the Bills there based on what the Bills have done in the past? Because this year, the Bills beat up on the Panthers today. You know, the Patriots they've done that already.
Sure.
They beat up on the Panthers too. The Bills have beaten the Jets. The Patriots haven't played them. The Bills played the Patriots at the crib and lost. So why are you saying the Bills are Super Bowl contenders when they haven't been since the 90s and the Patriots aren't?
They haven't been, but they've been
on the doorstep.
They've been sniffing, and they've been much closer than the Patriots have these last few years. So I've seen the Bills be a play away from getting to that last game, and who knows when you get there. And that's how highly I think of that quarterback. So I've seen them compete with the best of the best and hold their own, and no, they haven't made it yet, but I'm still putting them in a tier above the Patriots, at least for now.
Can I define what I think a Super Bowl contender is?
Let's hear it.
Let's go.
It's not the one that I think is going to be standing there with Lombardi and confetti coming down. It's one I think can get there. Okay? And if you get there, it's one game. I kind of have, that's why I have kind of a wider view of who is a Super Bowl contender. I think the Colts are a Super Bowl contender. I think the Rams, as you alluded to, the Lions, all those teams are Super Bowl contenders. So I would have like 6 or 7 teams who can get there. So maybe I'm splitting hairs over here, but that's what I think.
And Ted, what would you know about Super Bowl contenders anyway? What do you know about Super Bowl teams?
I know a little bit. Little bit. I've been 4 out of 10 years, so I know something about getting to the Super Bowl. And I kind of tend to agree with Tom because, I mean, was anybody, I don't know, after week 8 of the 2001 season thinking that we were Super Bowl contenders? So, and the one thing that gives me a little bit of pause is you look at the 6-2, and it's almost like becomes, like we're looking at a college, kind of schedule where you have to try and, their biggest signature win is against Buffalo. In Buffalo, that's a big one, but the other wins, not so much. So it kind of knocks it down a little bit. But the teams that they are beating, maybe not too good on paper, but they're destroying them, and so that factors in. I've had 2001 coming off of a 5-win season, and then following up by a Super Bowl appearance. Why not the Patriots? When you look at the rest of the AFC right now, they look vulnerable. I think they so far have played to a level in which you should consider them Super Bowl contenders, considering the quarterback play at this point, which to me is elite.
Presented by Gem Plumbing and Heating. For an instant reaction to your heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing needs, visit AskGem.com.